Hi, my name is Elijah Anderson. I am the filmmaker behind this documentary, and I do in fact have a bit of Asperger's syndrome. I always had the sense that there was something different about me, and that sense even goes back to when I was 3, 4, 5 years old going to daycare, because I would do a lot of stuff at daycare that a lot of other kids didn't do. My experience with it in elementary school was okay. Elementary school wasn't anything horrible. It was still good. A lot of people liked me in elementary school, and but again, I was still focused on a lot of stuff that kids my age weren't focused on. I was focused on, especially in my last years of elementary school, I was really focused on classical music, and I was still focused on how people made movies, and I was just a walking encyclopedia. My freshman year of high school was spent over at Centennial, and it was fine there. The people were fine. I still was pretty isolated. I spent a lot of time by myself and was still into what I was into. It was the second semester that my parents decided that it was time to, get me checked out and see if there was something of a chemical imbalance, and so we went to a doctor, and I told him all the things I did when I was a little kid, not interacting with a lot of kids and being very sensitive to sound. I was very sensitive to sound when I was a kid. Whenever we went to see like a big superhero movie, I would always cover my ears when I thought there was this big jump scare coming up, and it actually hindered me from going to a lot of football games, because during a football game, whenever the team got a touchdown, they would shoot off this cannon, and they still do it, and that cannon really scared me more than a lot of other kids, and so we told him all that, and he diagnosed it as me having a touch of Asperger's syndrome, and he said I have a touch where I just don't relate with people. I don't understand social terms, but I shouldn't let that be an excuse as to why I do or don't do anything. So throughout high school, I spent a lot of time by myself, and nobody ever picked on me, nobody ever really made fun of me, but I just didn't have a lot of real friends that I could count on or anything like that, and that was one of the negative things about my Asperger's in high school. But one of the positive things about my Asperger's in high school, and this is true for anybody who has Asperger's, is that if we decide that we like something, then we will focus on it to the nth degree and become experts in it. So say that a kid who has Asperger's was interested in baseball statistics, then he would study a lot of baseball statistics and would be able to talk for hours on end about it. For me, one of those things was music, and the way I displayed that was I played piano and sang in a lot of talent shows, and it actually kind of surprised people how good I was. Also during high school, I really excelled at playing the clarinet, and because of that, I got a lot of opportunities to travel and be a part of some really cool stuff. For 2 years, I was a part of the Boise Philharmonic Youth Orchestra, where I was the principal clarinetist, and also during my senior year of high school, I was accepted into a national honor band that got the opportunity to play in Carnegie Hall in New York City. And also during my senior year, I got a partial music scholarship to Boise State University, where I also got a scholarship to be a part of the marching band. Yet despite all this success, I still didn't have a lot of real friends.
About 40 pounds.
That's not 40 pounds of puberty. Do you often feel uncomfortable in social situations?
I do, yeah. All the time, really.
Yeah. Why so?
You usually don't know what to say exactly, or...
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a bull in a china shop sometimes. Stuff like that. I feel like if you do something, then something might go wrong or something like that.
Right, yeah. I'm afraid I might say the wrong thing, or sometimes my mind is just a blank.
With people that I know, like people I've been able to call friends over the years, I'm not uncomfortable because they're people I know, and they know me vice versa. But normally, depending on the situation, yes, I do feel a bit uneasy, mainly because I don't really. Let's just say real life is not like what they depict in books.
Yeah.
In books, even if it's complete nonsense, it all still makes sense.
On occasion, I don't know what to say to people. I get confused, and then I go quiet. You know.
Yeah.
But then other times, I'm completely relaxed. I know what to say, and I communicate better.
Yeah, especially in big crowds, like something like the Boise Music Festival or something.
For the first hour, I'd be comfortable talking to people in a big crowded area, but after that, my sensory issues go a little overboard and I freak out.
When I was in like a really big group, I was always like trying too hard, and it would really show. Person to person, I did a lot better.
Yeah.
Now, it's almost reversed, but it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Now I seem to do fairly well in large group settings. You know,
Yeah.
kind of easy when you figure out just keep to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you wish to connect with people? Like, do you wish to have like a friendship with somebody, to be close to them or something like that?
Yeah. There are people I've known who I wish I talked to more and gotten to know better.
Yeah.
That just like hung out more and done stuff.
To keep it simple, yes, I do want to connect with people. And on the other hand, if it's like a criminal or something, obviously, and maybe Marilyn Manson, I wouldn't connect with him, but that's personal.
Yeah, let's just within reason, of course.
In general, yes, I would like to connect to people.
Having friends and relationships is always a really great thing.
I can empathize, sympathize to an extent.
Yeah.
If I hear something that's like, oh, this person has such and such situation, I instantly go, oh, okay, that involves and then I'll instantly understand what's going on. But if it's like a bunch of subtle hints, I won't be able to get anything from that.
As far as empathizing, I guess I can. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think I might have a little bit harder time than neurotypical people, but I've noticed that I seem to have a much easier time than most people with Asperger's that I know.
I have a problem with empathy. I am only empathetic. Like, that is my main problem. I've been trying for the past 3 years not to empathize with people because it causes me to cry obsessively at times.
There are certain things that people will be talking about, and I just really don't care. But I won't say anything. But there are things people do or talk about that I am interested in and want to know more about. It just kind of depends on the subject.
All in all, I'm not sad that I have this. Sometimes I do wish I could be normal like everybody else, especially when I see other people interacting with each other and just them having such a fun time, and that is so not the time that I have when I'm in a big group. It's more the time I have when I'm talking one-on-one with a person, and those are the times when I do wish that I didn't have Asperger's syndrome.
And I'll make them see that there's a different side to people like me.